Hey world, hope you're having a great day and are healthy during this chaotic time. And I'm so excited today as I am joined by Erin Rollins with the MedMassager, the most incredible massager that you've probably seen in Costco, as well as our foot massager. And so excited for Erin to share with us about her knowledge about MedMassager. She's going to share with you an amazing story about her life, and I really look forward to sharing that with you. She's, after talking with her, she's my new hero. She's so brave and so glad she is doing this video with me, and so we're really excited. So Erin, thanks so much for joining me today. About 4 years ago, I walked to Costco, bought the massager, and I've absolutely loved it, and we connected, and thank you so much for sharing my story, and so we're here today.
Hello, thank you so much for having me, Sid. And I am not the owner of MedMassager, but I've been with them for a very long time, since 2012. I did work initially for them as a saleswoman, so I've been on the floor, I've been at trade shows, I've probably seen some of you. And now I am the social media manager, so I'm behind Facebook, Instagram, all those posts you see, and I'm also behind Erin at MedMassager.com. I tell people to email me with any questions or concerns. So these machines are actually wonderful machines. They were designed for the medical community and with people in mind who have diabetes, neuropathy, plantar fasciitis, restless leg syndrome, tennis elbow, back pain, anything that causes inflammation, swelling, or pain. These were designed for that. And so it's not like you're going to go online and find a massager and randomly buy it and think to yourself, oh, I hope this doesn't exacerbate my symptoms, right? It's actually a massager that's designed to help decrease inflammation, pain, and increase local circulation for those individuals who have those conditions. When you think about diabetes or neuropathy or anything with itis at the end, you think of inflammation, and the point of increasing circulation is that you decrease that. So by decreasing inflammation, you're also decreasing pain. So what I used to tell a lot of people when I was selling was, think of our massager as equivalent to if you walk into a physical therapy office and you have an injured ankle or an injured tendon or a ligament, and they use that little machine called the ultrasound. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
That machine does the same thing that our machine does. They put it on there to stimulate circulation, to quicken the pace at which your body will heal. When you think about tendons, ligaments, nerves, whenever there's damage to any one of those, they're going to lack the oxygen in the blood to help it heal properly. So ligaments and tendons never heal properly, which is why some people believe that it's actually better in some cases, not every case, to break a bone versus tear a ligament or a tendon, because a bone in a lot of cases can re-heal almost to where it was. In some cases, it's too bad of a break, you might need surgery or something like that. But in the case of a ligament or a tendon, once you tear that, it never fully gets the oxygen it needs to heal. So you'll probably have some level of weakness even after rehabbing or whatever for the rest of your life. I sprained my ankle years ago teaching aerobics, my left side, and it's never been the same. I went to therapy for 2 months. I had the ultrasound. It was great, but there's still weakness there, right? So our machine is an in-home model that can give you the same level of care as something you'd find at a physical therapy office, a chiropractor's office, a doctor's office. And we do sell directly to those individuals as well. So you may have had experience with our machine just going to your normal chiropractor. Yeah. Anything else you want me to add?
No, I think that's a great answer, and interesting for me to know because I've used those type of machines myself, and so absolutely. And we'll talk more about the kind of other specialists that sell them. So my next question is, which you kind of went into a little bit, is there anything else that you could share about how they work?
Yeah, so the engineering, I'm not an engineer by any stretch of the imagination, but the way that it was engineered was to code so that it would stimulate circulation. And it does what we say it's going to do. It increases local circulation, and we're able to market it and sell it as a medical device. And honestly, I feel like some people don't really know it until they try it. They're not believers because, I mean, people market and they sell things all the time. But let me tell you, when people try it, they know for certain that this works. And usually the recommendation is starting out 10 to 20 minutes. You might start to feel a little itchy if you've used it for too long because your body is not used to having the circulation. It's not bad, it's not malfunctioning. It's actually a good thing because that's showing you that it's increasing the circulation, whether it's in your feet or your legs. And then if that's the case, just move it to another location. I feel like people with neuropathy, they don't get that same itching feeling because they don't have the
Mm-hmm.
circulation. So they could use it for longer at whatever speed they determine. Again, you want to start on a low setting. I wanted to mention as well, people with neuropathy, and I used to sell to so many people with neuropathy at home shows and trade shows. So I would say that my experience has taught me certain things about that. I've noticed certain people are hesitant to try something because neuropathy can cause numbness and it can also cause an increase in sensation that's not pleasant experience. So if something touches them, it might feel painful, whereas an average person doesn't understand that. But when people have damaged nerves, their wires get crossed. So this is what I would recommend if you have neuropathy and you want relief, but you're hesitant to try, or maybe you've seen them at Costco and you haven't tried. I would encourage the people, I would say, look, I understand it's maybe going to feel uncomfortable, but this machine works and this is going to slow the progression of neuropathy because neuropathy is, again, nerve damage, which is lack of oxygen to the nerves. The longer you have a lack of oxygen, the faster the nerves are going to get worse and it's going to progress and they're going to eventually die and then you're going to have full numbness. Our machines are not a miracle. They're not going to heal neuropathy, but they will slow the progression of neuropathy because you're providing the circulation that the nerves are lacking. So this is what I'd recommend. Sit down, leave your shoes on. If you're really sensitive, take them off if you want, but I would recommend leaving them on. Put your feet on the massager, turn it to the level 1, which is the lowest setting, and just wait 30 seconds to a minute. Yes. Just turn it to the lowest setting, put your feet on it, on the big part, not on the arch bar. Wait 30 seconds. And I kid you not, Sid, when I would tell people this at shows, they wouldn't believe me. And then they would do it and they're like, oh, this feels amazing. And they would literally buy the machine. So I took someone who was thinking, oh, this is just a saleswoman. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She doesn't understand neuropathy. And I would say, look, trust me, I've been doing this for years. I've come into contact with so many people with neuropathy. Just try it. If it's too much, some people, it would be too much and they would be like, nope, I'm done. But 90% of the people, Sid, would listen to me. They would sit down, put their feet on, wait 30 seconds, and they would be in love with the machine. And then they would be like, either I want it now, or they'd say, you know what, let me get up, let me walk around, and I'll come back and let you know. Within 10 minutes of them leaving, they'd come back and they'd want a machine because they were sold after they tried it. And they're like, oh my gosh, I haven't felt my feet in years. I'm not kidding. This happened so many times to me that I got more brave. And I was like, look, just trust me. Try it. If you don't like it, you never have to try it again. So that was such a positive thing because I feel like people with neuropathy, it's not a pleasant experience, right? And they want something that's going to work. They want something that's going to provide relief. And our machines do that for so many different conditions.
When I've gone into the store and I sit and my feet are tired, it's amazing that feeling I have when I get off and I get that tingling feeling. It's so good. You feel so light on your feet and so re-energized. And when I come home at night, I just put it on even for like a minute and I notice what a difference it is. It really is. And
Oh, yeah.
I think they're really cool. So talking about cool, anything that you could share that's a cool factor about MedMassagers?
Okay, this is a cool thing. And I just want to say, if you're one of those people who doesn't have that condition, it doesn't eliminate you from the population. Sid, for
Yeah.
example, you know, we've talked before, you've explained some back pain that you've had, but other than that, you were just the average Joe looking for something that felt good, right? And you were sold.
Yep.
The cool thing about our massagers is that if you have circulatory problems and you can't get around, or you just want to be lazy because you know you're quarantined right now and you want to feel something that's good, like you want to binge watch Netflix and you want to eat your favorite snacks and you want to have your massager, guess what? 20 minutes on our lowest setting, which is setting 1, we have 12 settings, is equivalent to a 4-mile walk circulation wise. Circulation wise. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. You're not going to burn any calories. This is not one of those, hey,
Yeah, that'll be nice,
sit
right?
on here and lose 20 pounds. No, I don't think that machine actually exists, even if they say it does. But it's going to be like your body walked 4 miles. So if you can't get out and about and walk your dog, or you have a medical condition that prevents you and you really need to get out because you have edema and your body needs to get rid of the fluid, I kid you not, this could be the device that could really help you. I mean, I had this one customer one time. We were setting up a home show. I don't remember where it was because I used to travel all the time. And you have booths next to you. And so there was like this booth. I don't remember. I think they were selling cookies or donuts or something really cool. And you get to know these people when you're at the show, right? The person comes running over to me and he's like, "Oh, you're MedMassager." And I was like, "Yeah, hi." He said, "I bought this for my mom. She had horrible edema and nothing was working." He said using it for 2 weeks, her body was able to drain the fluid. So
Wow.
she had these huge calves, huge thighs. She was in so much pain. He's like, in 2 weeks, completely changed her scenario. And
Fantastic.
after hearing all those testimonies, you're like, wow, I'm selling a product that I believe in and that works. I'm not
Yeah.
just here selling something to people and lying to them. I'm selling them something that's amazing and that works for so many different people, whether you're healthy or you're not, or you're transitioning. So I think that's pretty cool. It's a wide range of people that it works for. It's like you're walking 4 miles circulation wise. You can't overuse it. We usually caution people because we don't want to think like, oh, you could sit on it all day. But honestly, even if you did and that felt good, it's not going to do any harm. The one thing I would recommend is there are a couple contraindications. Do not use our machines if you are pregnant and you do not know how to properly receive or give massage, because massage can, induce early labor if you don't know what you're doing. That's why they
Oh
have
boy.
special massages for women, right?
Oh
Like if you're
wow.
pregnant, you go for a massage, the masseuse has to be certified or schooled to know how to massage you, because you don't want to stimulate labor most of the time. Maybe some
Oh
women go to
wow.
massage because they want to stimulate labor. I don't know. But the second thing is, if you have a blood clot right now, don't use the machines. If you've had a previous blood clot and it's cleared and you're cleared and you're no longer on blood thinners or have the IVC filter, you're fine. Go ahead and use it. I personally had a blood clot in the past, which we'll get to later when we talk about my story. But I use the machine all the time now because I'm cleared. So I no longer have blood clot. Everything's fine. We just want to make sure people are safe. So if you are concerned, talk to your doctor, get permission. But I can't rave about these machines enough. I love them to death.
They are awesome. Wow, that's great. Oh my goodness, can you imagine somebody going into labor from the machine?
Well, I
So
don't
as
know if that's
far,
actually ever happened. You just want to be
but that would
careful.
be a good story. So as far as RLS, Restless Leg Syndrome, how does that help with that?
So again, I'm no expert, but from my research and what I've learned about restless legs, I've kind of struggled with it a little bit, but I've never been diagnosed. Restless leg syndrome is a neurological disorder. Um, WebMD would say they also consider it a sleep disorder because it can greatly affect quality of life and it can affect sleeping. So the one fact about restless leg syndrome that most people will know is that it's an irresistible need or urge to move your legs, right? And if you've ever seen someone who has it, it's almost like this involuntary response where they're laying on the couch or they're in bed and their leg just jerks and moves. And they have to literally get up and move around because movement increases circulation, and circulation helps to alleviate restless leg syndrome. This week, I found out from the owners that we had a journal article published in PLOS ONE that determined that our machines are effective for the use with people who have restless leg syndrome. It's an effective treatment, which
Hmm.
means that it lowered some of their symptoms and it enabled them to sleep. And they compared it with a control group and also with heat therapy. And heat therapy worked in one of the groups, but our massagers worked for both. It improved quality of life and it improved sleep quality. So And honestly, Sid, like, again, I've never been diagnosed with restless leg syndrome, but I've had adrenal fatigue issues before, like years ago. And I remember before I was treating it with a holistic nutritionist and taking my supplements and, healing in a lot of ways, I would literally wake up and feel restless for hours. And I remember one night I thought to myself, what is wrong with me? I sell these to people with restless legs. So I went upstairs, I sat at the dining room table, and I put my feet on the massager for 15 minutes. And I kid you not, I went back to bed and I slept like a baby. And so the next
Wow.
time it happened, I did the same thing. I was like, this machine stimulates, but in its stimulation, it calms you down. And
Interesting
so,
idea.
yeah. And so I just feel like that small level of understanding that I have, again, not
Yeah.
full blown at all for people. I don't want to say that I completely understand what someone's going through because no one really understands what someone else is going through. But the little taste that I've had, these have been really helpful for me. Um, yeah, and like I
Interesting.
said, circulation just helps so many different things. So
Yeah.
instead of getting up and walking around, the massager, again, is stimulating the circulation. Not to say that don't move. Moving your body is healthy. If you want to get up, move around, that's great. But also, this is a supplement. If you need to sleep and you're a zombie or you need to get more sleep, even prop the foot massager up in the bed, turn it on its side, flip it over, put a pillow behind it. I mean, there's so many different ways to maneuver it. I do that when I have trouble sleeping and it works like a charm.
Oh, that's so awesome. So obviously the machines are sold in Costco. Where else can people find them?
So we have a warehouse in Asheville, North Carolina. I mean, people can go to the warehouse if they want, but we don't have a store. All of our sales are online at medmassager.com. We also sell some on Amazon, and then we just travel around to trade shows, home shows, and we sell directly to physical therapists, chiropractors, massage therapists, and even doctors. So some people may purchase a bulk supply of massagers and have them sitting in their waiting room, or, excuse me, chiropractors may have a couple units that they use on their patients after they adjust them. So unfortunately, our Costco prices are our best prices compared to online usually. So if people go online and let's say a Costco show is not near them, usually they're out of luck. Right now, we do have a promotion going on our online site that brings our massagers down to the Costco pricing, which we've never done before and will probably never do again. But for those who can't go to a Costco show because of the distance or just missed out on a show, and because of the coronavirus right now, we really wanted to just say thank you to all of the people who are working really hard to keep us safe, and all those people who would love a massager but haven't been able to get one. You can go ahead to medmassager.com and purchase a foot massager for $100 off. Instead of $299, it's $199. Or the body massager is normally $289. You can now purchase it for $189 using the promo code COVID, COVID. Also, we sell our massagers on Amazon, and you can go ahead and go there. Amazon has really great prices as well. So feel free to peruse those sites.
And we'll see what we could do about maybe getting a special, and I'll put any specials or discounts that are available in the description of the video. So please be sure to check those.
Yes.
So I might have to knock you around a little bit, but we'll see what we can do to make everybody get one. So now what I'm really excited about is for you to share your story, how you got involved with MedMassager, and really about your story. You shared your story with me. It gives me chills. It's amazing you're here talking to me today, and you're going to share your story. I know just a little bit of your story. We're going to do another follow-up video in more detail, but it's truly an amazing story. So everybody just buckle up a little bit here so she can share that with you.
Thanks so much, Sid. It really helps me to share my story. I think knowing that hopefully it can help somebody else in my position or encourage someone else to keep persevering. Because, life is hard, man. Life is hard. And I'm sure a lot of people are struggling right now with job loss or loss of loved ones or whatever else they're struggling with. And so hopefully this can, be a positive thing for them to hear today. That came from a very negative situation. So I actually started working for MedMassager, as I mentioned before, in 2012. I was recruited by a friend randomly, And I started working for them. My first show was actually the first month that I started grad school. I studied health and science journalism at Medill for my master's. And so I've always been really interested in health and wellness. I used to be a personal trainer. I used to teach aerobics. So I think kind of falling into selling a medical device just felt natural to me because I'm so passionate about health and I want other people to feel good and find solutions to their health problems or find ways to alleviate difficult health situations. And so I was the person who traveled all around the country selling the massagers at trade shows. I did some Costco shows as well. The ones that I did were about 10 days long. So I think that's about how long we stay at each Costco. And I did that for about a year, and then I completed my grad program and I started looking for a full-time job. And I actually had just started working for a company in journalism. They were just about to hire me full-time for the position that I was working for, slash I was interviewing for their food magazine, which would have been a dream job for me. And unfortunately, my life completely changed one night due to a wrong way drunk driver who hit me head on the expressway. So that flipped my life upside down, and that is an understatement. So that was November 9th, 2014. I was not, I guess, expected to live. The medical professionals, the paramedics, the state troopers were all very surprised that I was alive. The state trooper told me later that he walked onto the scene, and in his 17 years of being a state trooper, my crash was one of the worst he'd ever seen, and he called it, they call it a double fatal when both people die. So he was extremely ecstatic to find out both of us lived. She had minor injuries. I had life-threatening injuries. So I have had a total of 8 surgeries. I broke my back. I had holes in organs. I had severed arteries. I had broken bones. They told my family I might not walk again, but you can't stop me. So it's been 5 years. I'm walking. I still have same issues of someone in a wheelchair. So I have bladder bowel dysfunction. I have lack of sensation. I now have neuropathy. So it's no longer just an intellectual understanding. I actually feel what those people that I sold the machines to felt. And I'm not kidding when I say that I cannot sleep without my massager. I have had all different types of nerve pain, from the crippling, I can't move, the shooting pain, the burning pain, the tingling pain. And when the tingling first started, I literally did not sleep for a week because it's not like a same level of tingling. It's like its own orchestra of tingling, and it just is so uncomfortable. You feel like ants are just all over your feet. And I remembered the massager, and so I started putting the massager in the bed and allowing that to help me fall asleep. And if I forget it, I am so angry at myself. I travel with it. When I travel, I use the body massager because the newest models are only 4 pounds. They fit easily into a carry-on bag that you could take out and let it go through the x-ray machine, because they will take it out because they see the big motor and they don't know what it is. So I'm just letting you know, if you travel with our machines, put them in your carry-on, otherwise they will search your luggage, and then just take it out, put it on the x-ray, carry it if you have to, and you'll be fine. You'll be good to go. And I've taken it with me to Costa Rica on our honeymoon, my husband and my honeymoon. I was going to take it to India. I actually just got a 220 voltage machine. But my India trip for one of my best friend's weddings is on hold because of the coronavirus. But I'm ready. I'm ready with my machine to go across the ocean and to be able to plug it into their outlets, because I told them, I said, I'm not traveling without my machine. It is that important to me. And it's helped me so much. So now it's like, I'm telling you how amazing they are, and I'm living proof of how amazing they are.
What an amazing story. Well, I really look forward to diving in with you, sharing your story with the world. And I know that you're going to be working on a documentary and want to try and help you any way we can. So I really appreciate your time today. I love the products. And again, I'll put the links where also you could learn about your story and where you can get these amazing products. So Erin, thank you so much for joining me today. And the world, go out and get a med massager, whether it's the body or the foot massager. You'll feel
Yes.
better and you won't regret it.
Take
So
advantage
thanks so
of the
much.
coupons. Take advantage of it. Thank you so much, Sid. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.